Formula One has decided that they are going to put us on a drought. And that indeed is one of these weeks where we are going on a drought. And I mean, I know the triple race header seems like we just damn literally came off like a month break. 3 races went by in a blink of an eye. And here we are again at another, what, 2 week period? I think we got like 2 weeks before our next race. But before we get into all that, I'm going to let you know right now 2 new developments through this time because I've been working. I've been grinding. Tomorrow, the episode with Bryson Sullivan, new episode. I know how you all like when me and Bryson get together. Will premiere tomorrow. Also, Wednesday, we will be live in the Wolves Den. So make sure you get your questions together. Joshua won that championship. Mike Begambi and Joshua will be back on the platform. So we will be in the Wolves Den for that. That will not release until YouTube later on. Okay. In the Wolves Den is an opportunity where you get to ask the question. So please, when they come in there, make sure you have questions because it's nothing like having guests that's expecting to talk to the community and then the community don't have anything to say. All right. So they're going to be live. Have your questions ready. That episode, Wolves Den is probably going to be a bit later, but earlier in that day. It's probably going to be around, I think we're scheduled for 1500 Wednesday or something like that. So I will post that today to let you all know and then run that up. But first, let's go ahead. Let's show you this piece. All right. So I'm going to show you, if you haven't seen the XD44 Panther piece that I had made as a tribute. I told you I was going to have a tribute made. It came a little later because of the gold plating on the trigger. But let's go ahead and play that highlight video so you all can see that if you haven't seen it. So indeed, big shout out, rest in peace, Chadwick, Black Panther, and definitely salute to the GOAT, Lewis Hamilton. It is a combination piece. All right, so this is it right here. I know many people have talked shit about me, and sometimes I have my firearms out because I might be doing something at my desk or down here, and I just get live and forget about them. But this is the piece, definitely. As you see right there, the Lewis Hamilton section up front, we incorporated that in with the logo and the icon of that with the 44, and then the Chadwick Boseman on the back, rest in peace, CB, with the Wakanda right here on the side, and the Black Panther necklace that embodies the uniform pretty much here, and we also incorporated it here as well. And there are some other bits here, as you see the gold plating in the trigger. So to disassemble this trigger assembly was pretty hectic, and that's what kind of inevitably backed us up from having this done in time. But yes, very pleased with this tribute piece, the way it came out. As you also see, dotted up purple for the rear and the front sights. It is a 9mm. It is something that I will be using. I do not have anything in my armory that is not tested. So Wakanda forever. Salute to Chadwick Boseman. Salute to the Black Panther. And also salute to Lewis Hamilton for being the GOAT and the superhero in Formula One. For those who don't like the piece, oh damn well. All right, that is me. I'm not going to change who the hell I am. to facilitate your comfort zone. So now let's get into some Formula One talk. Let's get that on. Hey, big shout out to everybody that saluted the piece. Big shout out to everybody that stayed positive with it. I know it was a couple of people being negative on it, but big shout out to you all. Also, it does react under black light. That was the other thing. And I know you're saying when you're going to be under black light with, but it was just another additive. When I customize something, I like to take it to the next level. All right. So I see in the chat, some people said, should Danny be out of F1? 61% said no. And I'm also willing to agree with that. I also would like to go ahead and put up another poll. All right, I want to ask you all this. Got to ask you, did he put up drivers on notice? And that's what we're about to get into first. All right, so let me see what you all saying in the chat because I want to make sure I answer these questions. Hey, Tay, okay, boom, boom, boom. Everybody, good morning, good morning. Good morning to everybody. No French toast this morning. So we, I appreciate the video. Like I said, I drummed that up myself, edited myself, just putting some things together to try to present it well. The gunsmith loved the video. I don't think he's ever had anybody showcase a piece of artwork in that fashion. So big shout out to us on that. Never stop. Thank you, Akan. Do appreciate it. I'm not gonna stop being myself. People just gonna have to get around and get on. You feel me? So let's go ahead and get into some of these topics because I think we got some interesting topics to discuss. And one of those topics is Nick de Vries, okay? Has he put Formula One on notice within the new drivers that are up and coming? And even lightweight, like, has he kind of put some things on notice as far as them looking outside of Formula One for other drivers that don't even completely hold their super license? And we're also going to talk about the super license. We're going to talk about a couple of different formats. It might have an updated format as of now, but we're going to show just kind of progression of how it was and kind of where it is now, just to kind of go over that information because, I like to go ahead and learn together and we all educate each other. So if there is something that that I have not presented, or maybe I don't even know, put it in the comment section, put it in the live chat. That way everybody learns something. I do find it funny. I don't even get tired of it anymore. I don't get tired of the haters coming. I don't get tired of the people saying all the type of dumb shit. I've actually find it funny. So it's very divisive for you to come and be condescending with information, trying to tell somebody that they're stupid and they don't know anything, when it is clearly, obviously, nobody knows everything. So always come to add value, right? Add value to the community, add value to the knowledge base. That way we all learn and grow together, because you're going to say some things that I don't know. I might say some things you don't know, but we put those things together and now we both know. And that's the way I like to vibe here on this platform, right? So Crash Tiffy, to me, like, he's like, if it's not seen now that my bro, Nick de Vries, can be in the motorhome on the couch chilling, probably playing F1 manager, right? He playing manager. He probably ain't even doing shit. He get a call like, yo, we need you on the paddock. You racing, you driving. Alpine out, his stomach messed up. He comes, puts the Williams car, first of all, did a nice job for his initial time in qualifying. And I know he had some like slip ups here and there, but I think really that was Nick finding his way on the track, right? He hadn't been in this situation. He's trying to find out how far he could push his car, how far. I mean, he even got a warning for track limits. So that told us that he's just trying to find himself on the track. But it is something to be said for Nick to come and the other Nicholas who don't bring us any gifts. Old St. Nicholas don't bring us any gifts in Formula One, to come to a GP in de Vries and put Williams in points. So I just got to ask Williams this question. How much do you need to see to know that Crash Latifi is not what you need if you're trying to further your brand, further your position in the championship points, if you're trying to further yourself and climb back to that origin of which Williams was at some point in time? Because let's keep it real, Williams wasn't always a duck here. All right, but Latifi's bringing a bad name, and now you've been outperformed by several of your teammates that have gone on to do other things. And Nick de Vries already about to go on and do other things already, which we're going to get into that too. Let me see. Blue Diva, Nick came in and drove 2 different cars on a bow. That's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? When he came in and asked, well, first, he did practice with Mercedes, right? Then he came in and did a practice with Aston, and then from there went to qualifying with Williams, and then from there went to a GP race with Williams and put it on points. As a matter of fact, where is it okay for damn Nick Latifi is 21? It's 20 spots on the grid, and bro comes in and gets pushed to 21 by somebody who's only got 1 Formula One race under his belt. What does that say? That's shameful. That is fucking shameful. That is a shameful situation. I'm just keeping it real. That to me is shameful. By the way, we are going to do the raffle. All right. Now look, I got the wheel set up. We're going to do a raffle, and you got to be here to win. Like, if you're not in the chat, if you're not here, then your name gets called up. I'm not. So I'm going to do that wheel like 5 times. If you don't, big shout out to Messica. What's up, bro? What's going on? Big shout out, Messica. Let me give you your flowers, bro. Big shout out for the support. Big ups. Double ball out the rip. Double ball out the rip. I'm trying to tell you, off rip, Messica shoot from the hip, and when he do a master super chat, it ain't no bullshit. I'm trying to tell you. Let me read this super chat because y'all know it's going to be juicy. Messica has some ingredients, like he'll put in a little shade, some truth, some facts, his opinion, and it's a bomb super chat. No bullshit every time. That's a nice firearm. T'Challa and Lewis are especially culturally important. It's nice to see that this in my lifetime. Anyways, I hope my boy Mick has a seat, which we're going to talk about that too later on in this live. If Williams keeps Latifi, they deserve to be last for the next decade. My bro said last for the next decade. Stroll needs to go too. Why stop at Latifi? And that's something else I was going to get into. I told y'all his super chats be hitting on some real shit. Yo, Massacre, you are not lying, bro. Latifi and Stroll, definitely two evident supplying drivers that have said to us, we really don't belong here. We really don't belong here. But is it the fact that, like, Formula One and these teams will allow them to stay as, like, what we call, like, gatekeepers? Like, this is the absolute minimum. If you fall below this, you're out. But we can accept you here, but you got to go from there. And if that is the case, I have a problem with that. I've got a problem with that. I got a problem if Formula One and teams are okay with drivers like Latifi and Stroll continuously being here in Formula One, yet we're going to challenge Danny Rick's ability to be on a Formula One team. And I quite frankly will find that disrespectful. I quite frankly will find it disrespectful if you're telling me that Stroll and Latifi can remain unquestionably in a seat without any type of journalism saying right now, like, where should they go? Where can they go? Should they still be here? But yeah, we're going to question Daniel Ricciardo's ability to fill a Formula One seat. And I think Lewis Hamilton spoke very, very powerful on that, the way he placed it. I don't think I want to see him as a reserve driver, right? Not because I'm hating, I don't want the bro to get a job, but because I feel that his talent does not deserve to regress to a reserve driver, right? That's for somebody coming up through the ranks or somebody who has clearly decided that we have seen enough from them and they do not belong here. Like, let's put you at a reserve driver maybe, or are you going to go ahead and fall back? But I don't think that's Daniel. But I do think maybe it's Stroll and Latifi. And I'm going to tell you like this, Massacre. If Mick gets another shot with another team that we know should be better than a Haas, and he gets into that car, and then he doesn't perform better than he performed at Haas, then that itself also will be an indictment on the namesake of Mick Schumacher that he has proven can't do it like dad, right? And we've seen this several times in all kinds of sports. All children that come up that are born behind superstar parents don't necessarily live up to the superstar parent status. We've seen it several times in several situations. They don't do it, right? And that may be the case with Mick. I'm not hoping that. I would like to see him get another opportunity and we say like, yo, Mick, this car, we know what that car can do. We know it's not a Haas. We know it's above Haas level. Let's see what you can do with it. If you get in that car and you take it back to Haas, Yeah, I got a problem. We got a problem. Aside from you accidentally pulling into the Haas pit, if that, you will excuse that. Even Lewis Hamilton did something like that. We'll excuse that. But if you take the performance of that damn car back to the Haas type genre, oh hell no, Mick. Hey, that Mick, you gotta go. It'll bring tears to my eyes, Mick. It'll bring tears to my eyes, bro. I can't not support that. I cannot support that. All right. So with that, also, we're gonna get into, we got some movement going on. All right, now there is some talks about the fact that Gasly is going to be moving to Alpine, and then what? And then De Vries moving to AlphaTauri, right? And can I show you all something? Can I show you all something and then ask you what you think about this shit? I mean, I just want your opinion on it. I just want a small opinion on it. Maybe you let me know what you think, and then we'll just go from there, right? We'll just go from there. So let me see if I even got it queued up, because I should have had it queued up. Let me see if I even got it queued up, because I just want to ask some of you what your, what is your point of view on this? All right, so let me see if I can bring this up real quick. Media source, let's see, AT workout. Bear with me. I'm gonna see if I got it in here real quick, and then we can. Yep, I got it right here. Got it right here. All right, here we go. What are your thoughts right here on this? What are your thoughts on this? AlphaTauri posts this on social media about keeping the crew active in between breaks, and then they go ahead and throw in some images, GIFs, or video files of people working out, but it's very oddly that there are thug like images, black in color or dark skinned people, and they're working out and they're thugs on the paddock. What do you all think about that? I'm not necessarily saying big hurtification. What's going on? I see you. I got you. I got you too. Mesker. I see you, bro. I got you. Let me get to you on that too. I see you. So Mesker says Mick needs to remember he is Michael's son and not, ooh, shit, Ralph's nephew. God damn, Ralph. Ralph, because you ain't did shit, bro. I agree, if he can't perform, he needs to go. I just grew up watching Michael. And you know what? That's a fair point. But I also agree that he should get an opportunity for us to see. I mean, because all these other drivers have got multiple opportunities in seasons, right? Especially Latifi. Mick should not be out of Formula One yet, right? If Latifi can be around, Mick definitely shouldn't be out. I want to see the bro get another opportunity with another car and see what he does. Big Hurt says, imagine how my kids with talent are passed over for untalented rich kids that are willing to play like Stroll and Latifi. Big Hurt. Big Hurt. Say it again, bro. Say it again. Say it again. Big Hurt. On them with that super chat. That is a fact. Like, you got it. Check this out. I'm about to give you an analogy, and I know it's a totally different sport. But it's almost like that whole shit with, may I say, Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow, quarterback, really wasn't that great of a quarterback, but definitely did some good things in the sport, right? He threw a lot of ducks, mainly running quarterback. Takes off for the longest damn time. They allowed Tim Tebow to come back to the league in the National Football League, elite of elite players everywhere in the world, and try out for a tight end position he never played in college, he never played in the pros. Bill Belichick tried to bring him into the Patriots as a tight end when he was actively playing quarterback. That should tell you something. That should tell you something about his quarterback ability. Taysom Hill, might I add, but Taysom Hill good with being a Swiss Army knife. He ain't fighting. He know he's not no real quarterback. But Tim Tebow gets a chance to come back to the league in current day to try out for tight end, while you got tight end professionals that deserve that opportunity, and you're giving it to Tim Tebow, who ain't never played that shit. Come on. That's what Big Hurt's talking about. You're allowing pay-play drivers to sit in the damn sport while there are drivers that should have the opportunity to get those seats. And might I also add, that segues into our our whole discussion that Bryson and I just had on more teams on the grid for opportunity, not only for drivers, but engineers, but damn social media marketing teams, all types of jobs will open up with more teams on the grid. And I like to say my sweet number is 12. Right? 12. Big Hurt. Good shit on that. Let me get down to the next super chat. Ernie Simmons, what's happening? F1 still think Leclerc can still win the title. Are they thick? It's clear Latifi needs to go. The Vries only done 2 days and score points. And that's what I'm saying. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. Let me give y'all props. I'm trying to tell you that's a damn shame. So yeah, that's what we're talking about in here. That is what we're talking about. Those situations and these problems. But Gasly going to Alpine, this is where I would like to see if Gasly's going to perform. All right, I would like to see, is Gasly going to perform? Okay, I'm going to ask you all a question. I'm going to ask you a question in the chat. I'm going to ask you all a question in the chat right now. All right, first let's ask this. I got to ask you this. All right, now I know y'all just saw that image and y'all going to play around with that, but I got to ask you in regards to the team before I get into Gasly too thick, is Alpine better than AlphaTauri? That's what I want to ask you. Is Alpine better than AlphaTauri? All right, first, that's the first question, 2-part question before I get to my point about Gasly. All right, and don't forget, yes, AlphaTauri is doing foolish things like this. And although I'm going to give my perspective on this while you all answer this poll, although I was not obscenely mad about this, I wasn't mad about it, but I was uncomfortable with it. Because as somebody who works out, I just thought that if they were going to have memes that worked out, like I thought they would have picked like characters that look like trainers or people that work out people, not thugs from a game where you literally run around the town, steal cars, and cause mayhem, kill and steal and do drugs and money. And then the imagery of that. I just think somebody in their department probably should have thought about that. Like, it's probably not the best look for us, especially since we're tied to the Red Bull family like that. I think that maybe we should pick some different images. I like the idea of the guys working out, getting them fit, but let's pick some different images because I'm not sure about this one. Like, even if we're going to pick people of color, can they be in, like, workout gear and not, like, thugs and shit? Like, I just think maybe there would have been a better idea for them to steer away from that, right? To just kind of, like, that's not the best look. So, okay, 91% of you all said Alpine is better than AlphaTauri. Okay, so with that being that case, if Gasly goes, same concept as Mick, if Gasly goes to Alpine and that car falls back and Ocon constantly finishes ahead of Gasly, there's your answer for gas. He's full of gas. There's your answer for Gasly. He is full of fucking gas. Because we talked about this as well. It's something different when you move from the back part of that grid to a top performing team, and then you fall the hell off. It shows you not ready to swim with them sharks. And then you definitely not ready to swim with them killer whales, right? You swimming different. You in different water. It's being disturbed different. You in a different type of climate. Can you perform up there? The air's different up there. Can you breathe up there, Gasly? That's what we're going to find out about Gasly. Can Gasly not gasp for air when he gets to higher altitudes where shit starts thinning out? That's what we're going to find out. That is exactly what we are going to find out. I'm just keeping it real. That's what we're going to find out about Gasly. If he really about that life. All right. So next we get into the fact that the Vries, let's get into this. Let's talk about this because this also got to do with driver movement. This is Alpine. We wonder if we're going to take new drivers because why would we? In the wake of Oscar Piastri, McLaren defection, look at this shit. Alpine still hasn't learned their lesson. Alpine wonders whether it's better not to invest into F1 juniors, but instead just poach them with that money you saved. What do you all think about this? Alpine is considering shutting down their junior driver program. I think it is utterly disgusting. I think it is disgusting, scornful, hurt, pouting bullshit on behalf of a professional Formula One team. You're out here pouting like that. Listen, Alpine, this is what you should have done. First of all, I'm going to ask you, new poll in the chat, don't dance on it, just vote on it. Here we go. Here we go. Is Alpine conducting themselves accordingly? Do you think does this maybe not show you that they weren't all the way wrapped tight, and that's why Oscar was acting the way he was acting? I mean, we got Alpine now saying that they're going to talks of them saying they're going to possibly shut down their junior driver program. Is that what we're doing out here? Come on now. What you should have done was done business the right way. What you should not have done is told Alonso, we're going to give you a 1-for-1. If you perform good this season again, we'll give you another season. Therefore, telling Oscar Piastri, who is proclaimed by you to be your future driver, and you invested so much money in him, supposedly, that you're going to have to take a back seat to the guy who's got the longest career in Formula One right now. You're going to have to take a back seat, and we might hold you out to Williams. No, Alpine, you should have done your business better. You should have done your contracts better to substantiate and say, Oscar, you are the future. You're up. Alonso, you're out. Go. We wish you the best. And Alonso did that shit anyway behind your back. Nah, Alpine, you was doing bad business. And now that you've done bad business and the chickens came home to lay those nice free-range country, nice brown eggs, you don't like the way they served up. So now you want to go out here and talk about you taking away potential opportunities for young drivers? Is that what we're doing? Is that the type of team you are? That's outright disgusting to me to see that this is where they still are after these developments. Come on, Alpine looking bad out here. Y'all looking bad out here. I would like to say that if you were as good as to Oscar as you said you were contractually, you wouldn't be in this situation. And Oscar would be driving for Alpine right now or next season. But y'all was going to hold the bro up for like another 3 years, possibly. Because you were talking about giving Alonso another 2. 1, and if he does good again, another year. So you told Oscar he going to be on the back burner for like 4 years damn near. And not driving for a competitive team, you going to ship him off to Williams, really? No shots at Williams. The Vries came there, put the car on points. That showed us that Latifi definitely can't fucking drive. But still, if Oscar is what they say he is, I just like to see him with a better performing team than Williams. I don't want to see his talent that's proclaimed he has, because he doesn't even have one Formula One race under his belt, be dampened by an underperforming team in perspective of the grid, okay? So 84% of y'all said Alpine out here acting like an ass. I agree. They're out here acting like an ass, okay? And they should have done better business, and they wouldn't be in this whole situation, right? They wouldn't be there. By the way, did y'all see that whole thing that Alonso was paying people money so they probably wouldn't work on Lewis Hamilton's car? That's the type of shit Alonso. I'm talking about the same Alonso that was involved in Crashgate, where they had to have PK crash his car in order for Alonso to come up the grid. All right, 2-time champion Alonso, I'm talking about, who's got the longest spanning career, and while having that longest career, only 2 championships, while Lewis Hamilton's 7 tied for the entire Formula One history. So yeah, that Alonso was suspected of handing around envelopes of money to try to sway people away from working on Lewis Hamilton's car. The same Alonso that pulled into the pits in qualifying and stayed there sulking like a child and kept Lewis Hamilton held up so he possibly wouldn't be able to qualify. That same Alonso went to Aston Martin. And Aston Martin, we'll see what you got. That same Alonso. Yeah, that guy. That guy. Yeah, that guy. So let's get to this next thing. Here we go right here. Oscar Piastri, definitely wish you the best. Hope everything works out for you, McLaren. You're definitely gonna be under pressure there. Hopefully you perform well. And if he does, I would like to also say that maybe the exhibition that Nick put on might speak a little bit to what Oscar may do, right? Nick never had driving in a Formula One race, comes and drives in a car that we all see is underperforming, an underperforming team, yet puts the car in points. So maybe that might also lend a little bit of credibility. And if not credibility, let's say maybe a little optimism for the fact that Oscar might go to McLaren and do his thing. By the way, here we go again. Shout out the peace. Shout out Lewis Hamilton. Rest in peace. Chadwick Boseman. Wakanda forever. Yeah. Sound just got cut. Oh, all right, here we go. Bam, we back in, we back in, we back in. That Bleaky got the audio blinking when it hit it. But yeah, we back in. So we'll see what happens right there. But this is what I also got. So, hold on, I got you. I'm not gonna miss you. I see you right there, Dave. Ocon will beat Gasly. Alpine was just idiots. Sniping is cheaper. What Alpine 10-year plan again? Lose, win. Damn. Dave, big shout out for that. Big shout out for that. Thanks, big shout out to Dave for that. Yeah, Dave, I think Alpine, they dropped the ball. They did drop the ball, and they're gonna pay for it in this way. But let's see what happens, right? Because it's also some talk about Nick possibly landing in Alpine, and that's shown some promise. So maybe that something happens there. But I gotta throw Nick a little bit of pushback on these comments. Nick says he has confirmed that he held talks with Helmut Marko, not the greatest guy, about joining AlphaTauri. And once again, here goes this connection that we talked about before. Red Bull basically having 4 cars on the grid, 2 teams in the paddock. All right. He's talking to Helmut Marko and joining AlphaTauri next season, but insist his future in F1 is beyond his control. Nick, come on, man. Come on, man. Don't say shit like that. Don't say shit. When you say shit like that, after what I've already seen happen with Oscar Piastri showing obviously a driver with no Formula One racing experience has some control over his career, and Nick, you gonna say you don't have control over yours. Are you adding that little wrinkle in there because you went and talked to Helmut Marko, who's not very highly looked upon? They're not. They're not. We already know the stains of Red Bull are not very positive in the outlook of the community. We're setting aside their pace, performance, and racing. That's to be looked upon. And some people want to question some of that. Cool. But we're talking about their character. Is Nick putting that in there because if he decides to sign with AlphaTauri, he's basically wanting to say, hey, I couldn't control it. Nick, that's bullshit. That's bullshit, bro. Because then you went further on and said that you have a little input on where you go. Okay, so we go from no control to little input. So which one is it? Do you not have an option? And if you at all, and if you don't have an option, it must be in your contract that way. And until I see some type of contract development that says Nick Vries had no opportunity, no input due to his contract and to what he signed, where he could go. It was totally up to his management or the team who he is a junior driver of would be able to decide where he went. Until I see something like that, Nick, don't start down a path of bullshitting us with shit like that when that's not the case. If you end up with AlphaTauri, man, just own up to the fact that you had an opportunity and you wanted to take that, and people will respect that. I will respect that. But what I will not respect is if you went and talked to Helmut Marko, and now you're already a soft intent to agree to go to AlphaTauri, but you know how it already looks there with the Red Bull family. So what you want to try to say is, I didn't have a choice. I had to go there. Don't do that, because there are also talks of you going to Alpine and Williams and now AlphaTauri. Just own up for what you may want to do. I don't want to go to Williams. Williams was great to drive for, and I was glad and fortunate that I had an opportunity in my first GP to put the team in points, but I don't want to drive there consistently. Alpine is more like looking at Gasly. I don't think they want to let go of Ocon. AlphaTauri has an open seat with Gasly leaving, and the fact that, I'm partners with Max and I'm a Dutchman, and maybe that's a better shoe-in for me to get an opportunity to drive for a team that's better than a Haas or a Williams. Just say that. Just say that, bro. Just say that. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Jay Starship, you a legend, for real. Big ups to you. Right on that shit. Boom, sniping. You see we got the Blicky on deck. I don't know why they playing like that. But yeah, just say that. Don't do the other bullshit. Like, there's no need for that, all right? Just do what you're doing. You already looking right. You already driving tight. We wishing the best for you. Don't start out with the shenanigans. Like, we already kind of got a little bit of that with Russell playing around with his words instead of just saying what shit is, and then also saying like, hey, I'm making my own calls. Like, I want to win. People going to have to look at me for that. I'll respect that. But if you're trying to play the lines and the whole Monza shit you didn't really want to, don't do that. Don't do that. Just be you. Be straight up, and people going to respect that, Nick, all right? Sheffer said, what's up? Alonso bribing the mechanics in 2007 is legit news. Jefferson here to support and back up what I'm saying. Hey, I'm finna give Jefferson the dab for coming in like that. Jefferson, thank you. Hey, I was just telling them that that's the type of shenanigans Alonso was around there doing, paying people in the garage to not work on Hamilton's car. Like, is that the type of character you want to support? Just saying, that ain't the best look. That's not the best look out here in these streets, in these paddock streets, all right? Okay, so listen, I think it's about time. I think it is about time. It is about time. So we are done with that one. Let's go ahead and do our first raffle wheel spin to see who the person that is going to indulge in some good damn time. Oh, my goodness. Let me fix this shit. This thing gonna get on my damn nerves. I'm trying to tell you. This thing gonna get on my nerves. It always moves around. I'm trying to tell you. It's on my damn nerves. Let's get this wheel fixed so we can actually see who the damn winner is gonna be, right? Let's do that. All right. Bear with me. I'm live in 5, so we're doing this all the time. All right. Let's go ahead and get this thing worked up. Get it in view. Get that wheel nice and right. Get it right. Get it right. Get it tight. Get it right. Get it right. Get it tight. And then we're going to do this wheel spin and see who we have that is going to be receiving a bottle. So what this is I'm going to be spinning this wheel. All right. And all family members, all Wolfpack members as of last night are in here. Okay. Went through, waited to the last opportune moment to go ahead and add the names in. So that way, we should have pretty much everybody that's eligible. Now, if you just now come in, I can't make that eligible, right? You just now entering in the chat. I'm not going to go back and change that. Plus, we're going to just say seniority is going to rule here, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm going to tap this wheel, and this wheel is going to give us a name. And based on that name, I'm going to take that name down, and that person is going to receive a bottle of equal caliber that we initially started with, okay? The Bottega. So if I can't ship the Bottega to you due to the factory, I will find something comparable to that and ship that to you. So that way you can also pop a podium bottle with your boy JP on that. All right, so also the way this is going to work is if you're not here in the chat, you don't win, right? I'm just going, that person didn't get it. We're going to have to go on with the episode. We're going to spend 5 times in this live episode to give people an opportunity to show up on that wheel spin. Do not be shy. If you see your name pop up, you better put your hand up, be like, that's me. That's me, Wolfpack. That's me. That's my name. So I can go ahead, get with you. And then what we'll do is you'll get with me in the DMs on the social media, and I'll get your shipping information. And you must be 21 years of age or older, all right? You got to be 21 years of age or older, all right? So let's do that. Let's hit this wheel so we can move on. All right, here we go. About to give it a spin, and here and bow. What we got? What we got? What we got? What we got? Who we got? Who we got? Zeus Cloud Reviews. Is Zeus Cloud Reviews in the house? Do we have Zeus Cloud Reviews in the house? I'm going to give you some time to speak up, give you some time to go ahead and say if you are in here or not. That'll give me also some time to fix this so it can be centered up so we can actually see the entire name as it is placed up there, just in case they get a bit longer. Yeah, I think we're good right there, right? Yeah, I think we're good right there. So is Zeus Clouds in the house? Does anybody see Zeus Cloud in the house? No? No Zeus Cloud in the house? All right. No Zeus Cloud in the house. Do we got Zeus Cloud in the house? Anybody? Are they in here? No? 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 Where you at, Zeus? Where you at? Yes, Zeus is here. Where? Where is he? Oh, bam, there you go. Zeus Cloud in the house. All right. We got our first one. Zeus Cloud in the house. Make sure you get with me in the DMs. I'm also going to have this wheel does store all the reviews, so I can go back, but I'm going to write the winners right here on a piece of paper, so that way after this, I don't forget. Now, remember, it doesn't work in YouTube if you're trying to get with me unless you make like a new comment and then I'll see it. I need you to get with me in the DMs of Twitter or Instagram so that I can get your shipping address and get ready to ship you out one of these bottles before the next race so we can pop bottles. Now, remember, it's another 4 people. So we got our first one, all right? We got our first one. We're going to do a total of 5 people. 5 people in this episode. We're going to do this again before the end of the season, another 5 people, and then likely on a break, and then we'll have, we're going to try to get through that next season and just keep rolling. So big shout out to Zeus. You're the first one up. All right, so we're going to go ahead and remove you from the list so your name doesn't come up again. All right, so we're going to remove Zeus right here. That way they won't come up twice. So they are being removed right now, as you see, removed from the wheel randomized picker. Congratulations again, Zeus. Make sure you get with me, and we are going to come back to this again and have another opportunity to see who our next individual is for going ahead and getting that podium bottle to pop with Wolfpack Performance. That's what we're doing. So let's get into our next category. All right, so we're getting ready to talk about, boom, shit landed, shit stinking. They ain't liking it out here in these streets. This whole thing has fallen apart like a goddamn paper mache. It has literally just completely and utterly came apart. And I'm talking about this whole deal with Porsche and Red Bull. It ain't looking good. It's not looking good for several reasons, all right? And we're going to talk about multiple things, as you see. Talk about multiple things with this situation. Hold up. Oh, big shout out. Hey, Chadwick Boseman, big shout out. Let me bring it up so y'all can see it, because we got the piece on deck. Big shout out, Chadwick Boseman. R.I.P. Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever. Right there. Wakanda forever. And then also salute the GOAT, Lewis Hamilton, right there. This is my tribute piece to the Black Panther and my salute piece to Lewis Hamilton, all in one custom-made Springfield Armory XD. I'm calling this the XD44 Panther. XD for the line of the firearm, 44 for Lewis Hamilton, and Panther for the Black Panther. Yes, this piece is solid, all right? That right there. So what? Oh, watch the damn volume go out because I clicked it with the damn gun, the blicky again. Clicked it with the blicky. Last time I clicked it with the blicky, we lost audio because that XD was ready to go off. All right, so big shout out for that. So yeah, we in the talks. And Mesker, let me give you your props, bro. No, let me give you your props. No, big shout out, Mesker. Give you your props for the last one. No, big shout out to you, VIP Tier 2 fam, which we got a new one. Sylvia Wick is our latest Tier 2 family member to join Massacre and Nall. Only 3 so far, all right? Hoping to get another one. Big shout out, Nall. Let me give you your flowers. Big shout out. Nall balling off the rip. Balling on y'all. Big shout out, Nall. Let me read this super chat because Nall is somebody else who can come with it. Chadwick Boseman, one of the best actors in his generation, but more importantly, a remarkable man. Rest in peace. Val, rest in peace, King. If you all did not get a chance to see that video that I made as a tribute, I played it at the first part of this video, but it also is on the channel, and you can go see the Chadwick and Lewis Hamilton tribute gun video. Check that out. Splice in a bunch of pictures in there and stuff like that to salute both of them. And Jefferson, what if you don't drink? Do you get something else? All right, so you know what, Jefferson? Big shout out to you for asking that question because that is a good question. So listen, I tell you what, Jefferson, that's a very good question. We got to think about something on the spot right now. If you don't drink, all right, if you don't drink, then I will put something together for you. All right, I will put something together for you. I will put a sticker and keychain pack because I was going to do that for the 10K giveaway, okay? I will put a sticker and keychain pack for you together, and I will ship that to you, all right, if you don't drink, okay? If you don't drink, I will do that. Or if you don't drink, what I will do instead of sending you a bottle, let's do that because it's about popping bottles, right? If you don't drink, I will send you a bottle of cider or non-alcoholic beverage so that at least you can still pop a bottle with us. I will do that, all right? Let's do that, okay? So if you don't drink and you win and you come up in the chat, tell me that you don't drink, and then I will go ahead and send you out a non-alcoholic bottle, yet you will still be able to pop and drink beverage along with us, all right? We can do that. We could definitely do that. Let's do that, all right? So, yeah, we will do that because I still want to do the bottle thing. So let's do that, non-alcoholic bottle, and we will ship that out to you versus shipping you out champagne or something that's alcoholic so you can still pop on that podium. Let's do that. That is what we're doing, finalized by the Wolfpack. That's what we got going. So let's get into this topic as we got Red Bull deal falls apart with Porsche, okay? And I think that inevitably this was little man syndrome, okay? I think this was little man syndrome. I think Christian Horner, Karen Horner not wanting to give up any type of rights to the team because let's just be honest. If Porsche comes in, they're the big dog. They're the big dog in that car space. I know Red Bull, you're doing good, but let's just be honest. You're not doing good by Red Bull powertrains. Red Bull powertrains did not propel you to a championship. Honda propelled you to a championship, and you're still eating off Honda propelling you to a championship. Red Bull powertrains is not doing shit. I'm going to ask you all this question in the chat. Here you go. I'm going to ask you, do you all believe that Red Bull power units are going to perform to this level that Honda has propelled them? Do you think that? Is that something that you honestly believe in? Because I don't. I do not think Red Bull powertrains are going to be worth shit. I just don't. They're going to be sadly missing Honda. Or they're going to come to a point to say, you know what? These engines ain't shit. Let's keep using Honda. Or are we going to go back and renege and take this Porsche deal if Porsche hasn't already moved on? Jay, we know what Horner and Max look like. Do we have to look at them on loop? No. Big shout out to you, Double Ball. Let me dab you up. So I will do this. Because, hey, Nall got some pull. She tier 2. She Wolfpack family member, and she got seniority. So, Nall, yes, I tell you what. If it is sickening you to do so, let me pause the deal right here. All right, let me pause it right here because I'm pretty sure we could pause it like right here. Let's go into that because we're going to talk about Andretti too, right? Let's talk about the Porsche car. Boom. All right, I just think that it fell apart due to several reasons. You cannot expect a team like Porsche to come in to your environment, right? And then not think that they're going to have a good amount of control about what is going on with the team. 50% of Red Bull technologies may have been a shit ton more than Red Bull or some of the Red Bull higher ups considered, right? Evidently, Red Bull as a department head, as like the leaders, the CFO, all this shit had decided like, yo, we good with it. We're good with Porsche coming in and like growing and like investing into Red Bull 50% or 51%, whatever it was, of Red Bull technology, which is essentially in the Formula One, the Formula One division, and that's going to be like with development, right? Porsche's going to have some say so, but yet I don't think it's going to work in reverse. No, no problem. No, you know it. You know it. Much love for my fam. Much love for my fam. That was some funny shit too. But it's also something to be said that, yeah, Porsche's not going to come in and think you're going to get access to all of their technology, their proprietary information, their intellectual property. You're not going to do it. You're not big enough for them, Red Bull. Yeah, we know you're on the grid already. We know that you got a champion asterisk may be added, and you're doing well this season, but you're not Porsche. You're a fucking energy drink. That's what you are. You're an energy can with a Honda motor in it, with Adrian Newey helping you with engineering. That's what you are. Porsche stands on its own. We make race-driven, inspired, performing automobiles, not soda. So, yeah, if we come in that house, it's really our house. You're going to sit on a little couch. Big boys are in town. And I don't think that was what was going to work for Red Bull. I think essentially Karen looked at that and said, Christian, my bad, looked at that and said, he ain't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? He's too small to deal with somebody that big, and that's not where they want to be. But speaking on a business level, not just making some sideline jokes, on a business level, maybe you don't want to give that much decision power to Porsche, inevitably maybe losing some of yourself. That's fair to say, right? That's fair to say from Red Bull's perspective, just being objective, from part of the Red Bull that disagree with that. A condo! Let me see. He says Red Bull PUs are trash, and he ain't lying. They ain't even really good paper yet. That's why they extended their contract with Honda. Facts. They desperate for the power plant that will maintain their dominance, and that's another fact. That's another fact. And no, double ball to you on that. That is another fact. A condo. Big shout out. Jay Starship, thanks for taking care of that for me. Thank you, fam. Thank you. I'm just catching on that you're doing that. Thank you very much. All right, I could focus on that. Thank you. Yeah, you got a point. That is exactly why. That is exactly why. Matter of fact, let me so I can at least put it on rotate. Let me pull this picture out of Max and them, because you know I don't want Nall to be feeling nauseous while she watching this live, because that ain't what you want, right? We could take them right on out of there. Boom, got them out of the loop. Now we can put this on loop. It's on repeat. There we go. So yeah, I think that is part of it. Something else I think is that I would like to see if Honda is going to come, if they leave, will they come back? Because there's a lot of stuff going on. No, Porsche dodged a bullet. That might be a fact too. Porsche may have dodged a bullet. They may have dodged a bullet with this dropping off. You know, it's something to be said about that, even in life, right? Like, you get with somebody and then y'all break up, and then you kind of deciding like things ain't really working out for you. You think about going back. It ain't the best situation. Like, everybody told you like they not the best person for you. And then somebody comes along and you like, damn, that's my soulmate. That person helped you dodge the bullet. And then 5-10 years later down the line, you see that this person done committed crimes, or they in jail, or they just, life ain't in shambles. They done drove up a bunch of debt and having financial problems. You look back like, damn, I dodged a bullet on that one. Phew. That may be what just happened with Porsche dodging a bullet with Red Bull. But hey, I'm not hating on Red Bull's like championship. They winning championships right now. So big shout out to Nall on that. Jefferson, Red Bull's only doing good because everyone else doing bad. Jefferson out here trying to speak some facts. That's lightweight true. That's lightweight true. Like, honestly, first year of the new regs, new platform. Red Bull, Ferrari landed in the best spot randomly. Not maybe so random with Red Bull, because Adrian Newey is a beast and definitely is well known and familiar with ground effects. So I'm not gonna say randomly so much with Red Bull. I think that might be legit with Adrian Newey's implementation and his knowledge of ground effects and how they affect the car. I think that put Red Bull in a pretty good position with Newey. All right, I'm gonna say that. But still, Jefferson is speaking a fact that next season we're gonna see if this type of dominance in the new progression of the new regulations, is going to hold up as other teams get more beaded in on their car development, on all the data, extrapolating all that, implementing all that, the wind tunnel time, developing more things off season, because we're still going to be here for testing live. I'm going to be live for testing, so y'all make sure to come back right here. We're going to have a good time with that as well. It's going to be something to see if this still happens with Red Bull, or does this gap close up and Red Bull ends up in the midst of a real dogfight, which is something I wanted to see at the beginning of the season, like 4 teams: McLaren, Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes. If Aston jumped in there, that would have been cool, but I really wasn't too much counting on them. I was just kind of hoping they would. But based off the way McLaren had performed in that 2021, I was looking for them to come a bit further in 2022. Also to say the same thing with Mercedes, but we didn't see that. McLaren, we didn't see that. Ferrari made a bounce back, but fumbling it up, so we're not seeing that. Red Bull happened to be inconsistent at the beginning, got a hold of everything, consistent now, very dominant now. They got a fast car right now, and they have good drivers to drive them. So that's a very good point and a very good thing to bring up. So we will see what happens next season as these teams get a bit more beaded in on their designs, all right? So, matter of fact, let's put that poll in the chat and see what y'all think about that, all right? Because we're having a good time on this Race Sunday. We here racing together in this chat. So I'm going to ask you this. I will put Akandu's comment up in the poll, and let's see what everybody thinks about it. Yeah, because we're going to be right there. Here we go. Let me ask y'all that. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. Please don't dance on it, because I don't want to stand not on that. I don't want people butt out, all that. Let's save that for new beaches if you go there. Everybody's expecting that. Okay, so it's time. It's time again. We're about to see who the next person is. The next person that's going to get a bottle of non-alcoholic or alcoholic to pop for the podium. Let's get ready. Let's see who this next person is. I'm excited about this. I love giving back. I absolutely love giving back. It makes me happy. It makes me happy it makes me happy. I love y'all. Man. I love that y'all come here. I love y'all, women, men, gents, ladies. I love being in this environment with y'all, discussing Formula One, hashing out ideas, giving out opinions, talking about facts, learning new things, talking about regs. I can't go a weekend without talking. I don't give a shit if Formula One's not here. I got to be here because I enjoy my community. Facts. That I enjoy my community. So let's hit this wheel, see who the next person is, and bow. It's off. It's spinning. Who is it? What we got? Akandu! Look at that. I know you in the chat. We just talked about you. Akandu, where you at? Put your emoji up. Akandu, where you at? Don't tell me you dipped out that fast. Akandu. Where are you? I think they watching me. Where's Akandu? You up? Boo! Akandu, Wolf fam, what's up? Got you in the house. So let me know right now. Are you over the age of 21? 21 or older? And if you are, do you want that bubbly or do you want that non-alcoholic bubbly? Which one do you want? Look at the family members bigging up people. That's what I like. Oh, okay, so you want the real bubbly. Let me know. Don't forget, please get with me in the DM, all right, so I can get your shipping information and get these things shipped out. I'm trying to get everybody that is awarded today, I'm trying to get these bottles out by this coming up week so I can get them to you, all right? Now, listen, if you're in the UK, don't worry. I've already talked to a company that will ship there for me, and they said they can make it happen, so hopefully they can. And if that, like I said, if that bottle's not available, I'll find something around that range and still get it to you. So I'm not letting the fact that if you're not in the States hold me up from damn getting to you, all right? So keep that in mind. Akandu, I was talking, I did not see. Okay, you want apple cider? Bet. I'm going to note that. Zeus, I didn't ask you. Do you want apple cider or do you want... Oh, shit. Yo, hold on. We got to big up that shit. What are you talking about? Put all the dabs in the chat. Dabs in the chat for a Condu, man. Big shout out to you for that. We are not, that is a, yo, I'm going to say this right now because this is worth stopping to say this shit. It is a big thing to see that somebody has decided that maybe something in their life did not lend well for them, and to be able to bounce back from an addiction that can be, something can be an addiction. It could ruin your life. And I think it is a big salute to a Condo for 10 years running strong. Man, hey, I'm more than happy to ship you outside. Thank you for telling me that. Big shout out to you for that. I want you to stay strong. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for being here. That is a fucking awesome thing to see. Y'all don't know the environment that I come from. I have seen, I've come from a drug-infested, gang-infested environment when I was coming up as a kid. I've seen all types of shit. I done seen heroin users, heroin addicts. I done seen all that shit. I done seen people in the house. I done seen all this. I done seen people fall victim to alcohol abuse, domestic dispute. I done seen all murders in my family. I done seen this, friends, family. I done seen all that. So when I see somebody that has taken control of their life in a positive way, I get, it ain't even excitement I get. It is genuinely can give me goosebumps. It gives me goosebumps. Look at that. That shit gives me goosebumps because I know how powerful it is for somebody to be able to make that trip, because a lot of people don't make it. And some people that make it don't stay away. That shit is awesome to me. Big shout out to you, Akondu. Shit. Let me make sure I highlight this. Apple cider. Shit. I don't want to cause, I'm all about progress, and I ain't trying to be the blunt end of you not continuing to be great. So did Zeus comment in here what they wanted? But you know what? I'll ask him. I ask Zeus when I see him in the chat about that. So big shout out to Zeus and Akondu are our two current winners. So I'm going to remove Akondu from there. They have won. We will save this wheel as we continue to use it. And I'm going to make sure I make a note to ask Zeus what they want. Big shout out. And also, big shout out to The Woman King. If you haven't seen that movie, phenomenal movie. Phenomenal movie. Little bits and stuff that happened in there. Definitely a movie worth checking out. One, because it's a very good story about women, not just empowering women, right? But the fact that women had power. Women have had power in a way that has been diluted by society to just be manipulative. Women have power to make change. Women have power to damn protect, defend, build, progress. Women have power. And that movie is definitely a depiction of women having power. All right. That is a great movie. Took my wife up there to see it, and had an awesome time viewing that movie. Okay. So definitely check that movie out. If you haven't, if it's not on your radar, put it on your radar. It's definitely something that you probably should take a look into. All right. All right. So we're about to move on. Hey, that's our second one. We still got 3 more. We got 3 more people that we're going to spin for to get that podium bottle. 3 more people. All right. So the next thing we're getting into, and we're going to get into this, and we'll do a few of these raffles in between. All right. Now we're about to get into something a little, some people will call it techie, right? I don't call it techie. We're about to get into something that it has been a concern or a topic, the super license, right? The super license has been a topic. We had Colton Herter and Red Bull essentially trying to bring him in. Oh, hold on. Got super chat. My bad. Hold on. Got a super chat. Don't want to miss nobody with that. What we got right here, super chat says, TH3 Wildcat. By the way, football coming on today. Says, message you on Instagram. Used to be Zeus on here, but finally made it match my other social media accounts. Okay. That message me on Instagram, and that is, wait a minute. Okay, used to be Zeus on here. So is that Zeus? Okay, so long as you see me that DM of that message, and that should be you, we're good. So big shout out to you for that. Big shout out to the 2 winners we have. We're going to pick 3 more. We're going to spin for 3 more people. Like I said, if they're not here, then what we will do is we'll spin again. We'll just leave them on the wheel so they'll be there for the next time we spin. But they got to be here to get it. All right, you got to be here. And we see we got a lot of names on the wheel because we got a lot of family members. We are over 70 family members strong. All right, so let's get into the super license, and then we'll spin in between. So this right here is some criteria that used to be. All right, I don't. This is not the criteria now. It's changed. It's grown, and you can also lightweight say that Max Verstappen is the reason for can be a major contribution reason for the why the super license qualifications aren't able to adhere or to get your super license has changed in a way that this would may have not been sufficient enough. Okay, so at first you hold a national A license, top three in Formula 2, International Formula 3, GP2, or Formula, not which, boom, I missed the R on that, so my bad on that. Top four in IndyCar. All right, so this would kind of go to Colton Herta. All right, Colton Herta, IndyCar. I think he finished top four once in his career. I want to say he finished, and we're talking about season, the career, the season. I think he finished top four once and finishing third. Okay. So that would have granted him a super license in this era of which these regulations were sitting. Current champion in F3 national F3 are Renault V6 are 300 kilometers driven in a Formula One car during testing days. Okay, that is something that would have been accepted to get you your Formula One license. That since then now has changed. Okay, those things have changed. Now, and even this point scale has went through a level of progression. You used to get more than 40 points for not just F2 IndyCar, but I think Formula 3 and Formula E also used to. Now, if I'm wrong, just correct me. Just let me know in the chat. Like, yo, Wolfpack, actually, that changed also. Just let me know in the chat. Like, it's not a big deal. Like I said, we're learning together. This is just an example of how the super points for the license has worked. Okay, this is not saying this is what it is. I got all the regulations right here. I'm not doing that much research. I think this is kind of good enough because some people may have not known about the levels of how the super license work, where these points coming from, how are they getting these points, how is the FIA determining if somebody should even have a super license. So I'm just introducing a little information so people can have some understanding of, like, when they say super license, okay, I know it's, points based. If you win in the season, you place here, you get so many points. This is now, Calvin Martin. All right, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me put some Calvin Martin in it. Do you think with them taking out the MGUH, RK, they're taking out the MGUH, the MUGUK will stay for the new regulations coming up 2026? They are inputting natural turbo lag to make stuff more interesting. Ooh. Well, Calvin Martin, sir. I think you just brought up a topic where we can get into that a little bit. And that he's asking for my opinion. By the way, it's my opinion. I'm not saying that this is indeed a fact. It is my opinion. I'm going to say that again because I'm going to have a lot of people that are going to come through here and they're going to be like, oh, Wolfpack, that ain't a fact. It's my opinion, all right? By the way, that is the Tier 2 package. I'm going to see if I still have the regulations up here as far as that so I can give a picture of what that MGUH looks like in the absence, all right? And I think I had it up here, but if I don't, then, we'll go on without it. But I thought I had it up here in one of my scenes, okay? So I'm trying to see if I can find it. If I don't have it, then like I said, I'll continue without it and give my opinion. But if I have a pictorial that can kind of lend to somebody understanding exactly what we're talking about, then I'll do that. And I tell you what, even if I don't, why don't I just bring the shit in? Because I'm pretty sure that I damn sure have one in stock. I'm pretty sure of that. So let me just bring that in as a picture so we can kind of understand what unit we're talking about, because I'm pretty sure I have a picture of that MGUH setup with the turbo. And I can even go into a little bit of the development of what the difference is between the Formula One turbo setup and what that difference is. Yep, there it is right there. All right, so I'm going to bring in, matter of fact, I'm going to bring in a power slide. All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in a slideshow so I can show more than one picture so you all can see that. And we're kind of deviating, and that's okay because we're here to just talk Formula One. And Calvin Martin brought up a very good question, and I kind of want to dive into that, but I want some imagery to go along with that so people can understand and see what it is that I'm talking to. So I got it right here. So I'm going to bring in that picture. I'm going to bring in that one. I'm not going to bring in a bunch of the regulation talk, although I could bring in a little bit. So I'll bring in that one because that's kind of interesting to talk about the hours that's going to happen. And I'll bring in the picture of the actual turbo and how it's set up so you all can see that. And let's make this happen. This is what we're here for. This is what I love doing. This is what we're here for. So let's bring that in. So let's bring this image over here real quick. We could just lay it on top of the super license thing and then make that disappear. All right, so let's talk about this. Here we go. Calvin is talking about this situation. So as you see right here, the turbo, the MGUH is that red element that's sitting in between. That is one turbo, okay? On each side of the turbo, it's hard because even I say each side of the turbo, okay? In the middle of the actual turbo lies the MGUH, okay? A motor generator unit by heat, okay? On the front side of the turbo is your turbine, okay? And on the back side of the MGUH, let me say it that way, on the back side of the MGUH toward the ERS, toward the power box, the battery box, that's going to be your compressor, okay? That's your cold side. The hot side is the turbine that's going to use exhaust gas to turn that turbine. It's going to turn a shaft that runs in that motor generator unit, and that's going to store energy into the battery to be deployed later. Well, they are indeed going to get rid of that in the 2026. That's going to go away, okay? And not only is that going to go away, but the MGUK is going to be relocated from the bottom side of the motor where it once was into the battery, inside the battery housing, okay? So the MGUK is kinetic. That's going to be moved into there, all right? The MGUH, as you see right now, is deleted. It's no longer there, and you see it as just a shaft. So it also could be that there's going to be some reconfiguration on how the turbo should look, because turbos, as you know it in the regular domestic market out here on the street, and I wish I had my turbo, my Garrett turbo in here, I will put it up for you to see. The compressor and the turbine are combined. They have a shaft steel, but it's together. It's mated together because there is no MGUH running in between there. So also, hold on, let me see. I think just in case we got a super chat. Calvin Martin super chat, the last one. So now let's also look to this, and I'm going to give my opinion on what Calvin Martin said. I think it's just important to give a little bit of information with that question because that was an awesome question. That was an awesome super chat, which lended us to learn a little bit more about what's going on. Also, with the new regulations, as you see right here, there's also going to be some issuing of amount of hours for teams to have on bench testing certain elements and units going into that. All right. Now it's like 1,500, 1,800 hours. It's like 1,500. But what's going to happen over the course from 2026 on, that's going to be broken down. All right. You're not going to have as much time. Even if you take that amount of time and divide it by 3, you're still getting a butt ton more time than you are going to get later on down the line. And this is being done for teams to develop and understand the new regulations as they're going to come in so that hopefully they'll hit the ground at better footing, not hit the ground running. If that happens, great, but better footing for what is to come in the new regulations with the MGUH going missing. Now, here's the actual picture of that setup. Now, if you notice, the turbine side a bit darker in color because there's a lot of heat on that side, and that's where the heat comes in. At the top of that turbine is a wastegate. That wastegate is going to alleviate turbo air pressure, all right, kind of basically regulating how much PSI you're going to run there. I don't know if the Formula One cars run a blow-off valve. A blow-off valve releases pressure out the system once you kind of come off the throttle and those throttle bodies close. They're not receiving as much pressure. A blow-off valve would alleviate that unless Formula One does a recirculation system. A recirculation system would recirculate the pressure until those throttle bodies open back up so that pressure would remain there and you would lose less turbo lag, which leads us and segues us in to Calvin Martin's question. With the MGUH missing, it's kind of like them taking that recirculation system out because now they can't deploy power into the turbo system to deviate from that lag, okay? So what happens in a turbo when you come off the gas and a lot of exhaust gas is not coming there, it comes out of its operational range. Smaller turbos will operate at a lower range, okay? And this is a poll in the chat because I think that's also a good question, okay? Um, and is the of the MGUH going to affect performance? What do you think? Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. So, with that missing, now when the turbos come out of their operational range, you had the MGUH capability to deploy that power so that motor generator would spin that shaft, enabling the turbo to stay in more of an operational range of power. Okay, so you're not getting the dip and then the spike. Well, with that unit missing, now you're going to have turbo lag. You're going to have a bit of turbo lag. So now when these cars come into the corner, they come off the gas, go on the brake, which at that point they're storing kinetic. Now you don't have the MGUH to deploy the motor generator unit to keep that turbo spooled so that when you come out of that corner, you have a more linear line of power instead of this dip. Now you're going to have the dip with the MGUH missing, and when you hit the gas, it's going to go up on a curve. They're going to have to find a way to balance that out. Now you will have lag. And also what you also will have, you're going to be able to see who can drive through that. I'm going to tell you, my first time of experience boost spike was some shit. I was in a corner, nailed the gas, right? Had a boost spike. Now, of course, my boost spike actually ended up being attributed to a faulty boost controller. All right. It ended up spiking. The boost controller hit, drove the wastegate to allow more pressure through the turbo system. It hold more pressure, and I spiked, and I broke my traction broke loose due to the boost spike. Well, that's similar to what you probably could have with the Formula One drivers if they don't have the MGUH to kind of give them more of a linear line of boost. They'll have more lag. So you're going to see a different characteristic of driving in 2026, depending on what teams kind of develop to try to ward that away. That's what we're going to see. All right. School. Hey, new school, old school racing. That's right. Old school racing is what you're going to get a little bit of taste of with that happening. And with that happening, big shout out to Calvin Martin for that question and that super chat. I think it's time to see if we got a third winner. Let's go ahead and spin this wheel again. Let's spin this wheel again so we can see who we going to get up in here. Either get nice bubbly with the apple cider or we just get nice and lit with the real shit. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close that image out. Good question, Calvin Martin. Actually, I'll keep that queued up just in case somebody asks later on. And we can go into that. So now let's go ahead and get into this wheel. Let's spin this wheel and see who our third person is. Remember, you got to be in the chat to take advantage of this, all right? If not, I'm just going to leave your name in the wheel for a future spinning, and we're going to go to the next person and spin again and see who that person can be. So here we go. I'm about to hit that wheel. And bow, we off. Who's it going to be? 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 Let's see. Oh, you can't make this shit up. Vries, R33Z33Z. Where you at, bro? Where are you? Where are you, man? Don't tell me you left. I can't write your name down yet. Don't tell me you left. Do not tell me you left, bro. Be around. Reezy, where you at? Where are you? Where are you? Let's see where you are. Is he still in here? Is he still in here? Is he still in here? Come on now. Come on. Don't tell me he left. Oh, man. Don't tell me he left. Come on now. He got to be in here. Is he in here? Is he in here? Y'all better read. There we go. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hey, you in there. You in there, bro. You are in there. So listen, let me ask you this. Are you 21 or older? Are you 21 or older? Gotta ask you that. Gotta ask you that. What's good? Let's see. Reezy, are you 21 or older? And if you are 21 or older, do you want apple cider or do you want the real ish? Okay. Damn. Do this. Even if you don't have a social media, I will get with me in the Zoom call. And then when you Zoom call, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Trust me, we'll figure it out. We'll figure that out. Don't worry about leaving your shipping address in here. Cool. So you got that. Let me know what you want. You want the real thing or you want the apple cider? Oh, okay. He said I'm a oh head. Yeah, let me know what you want. We're gonna figure out everything else. Yeah, definitely. Definitely hit me up on the email. So what you can do is you can go I got you. Definitely hit me up on the email. You can email me. Actually, yeah, you can email me through Instagram. I'll send that out. Matter of fact, I will get with you in the members channel and I'll get you the email address so you can email. So y'all can email me your shipping address if you want to, because all of y'all are email family members or y'all are Wolfpack family members. I'll put my email in the members thread so you can email me, because I don't need a bunch of these damn haters emailing me with bullshit, because that's a business line and I got to do customers thread. So yeah, let me know. R33Z Reezy, what do you want? You want he want the real ish. He want the real ish. All right, so we shipping out the champagne. Want the champagne? I got you. Got you marked down. Got you marked down. Congratulations. Big up to you. Big up to you. All right, so let's get into this last one, and then we're going to have two more that we're going to go back to back for. We're going to go back to back for. So I think we were in the super license talk, so let's get back to that. We're going to close down the randomize. Oh, hold on. Got to remove you from the wheel. That way we always lend more opportunity for other people to win. So, Reezy, you out of there. Congratulations. We're going to keep on rolling. Hopefully we'll have more family members in here join the chat. If y'all don't know, tell them in the member comment section, like, yo, we are live in here doing a giving away bottles of podium champagne bottles to the Wolfpack family members. Let them know so they can show up in here, because if they're not in here, I'm going to go to the next, but they'll still stay on the wheel for a potential opportunity to win later on. All right, so let's go ahead and close the wheel down for right now, and let's get back into the super license talk, all right? So with that super license, as you see right there, you get the 40 points for F2 and IndyCar. And some of those points are moved up to F2 because FIA want that to be the feeder series, right? They want drivers to come through the feeder series and come through F2 to come into F1. To them, that's a more respected pathway. But also, you can see that they're still giving IndyCar a little bit some respect as well, because you get 40 points for IndyCar, but F3 and Formula E, not so much there in here. Now, if that's going to be changed on a new scale, maybe. If it is, let me know in the comment section. But that's what you got right there. So when the whole situation came up with Colton Herter, that was some. Oh, wait. I got the super chat. I see you. G5 MDS, we flying. What's up, Wolfpack, man? We up here. We got crazy customized tribute blickies for Lewis Hamilton and Chadwick Boseman. All right. There we go. I'm going to show that again. Rest in peace, Chadwick. Salute to Sir Lewis Hamilton, the LH44 right there. And listen, all that incorporated right there. Custom done. Gold trigger. Gold-plated trigger. That's what held it up while we couldn't have it for the Boseman anniversary day, but we got it now. So that's what was going on. And by the way, let me show y'all this. Custom ammo box. Built by Kev Ravelli, all right? Kev built this box for me. As you see, Performance Talk just built it. Has the Wolfpack on the back. My own custom ammo box. So I am going to put probably a 9mm in here. R556 will go in this box. But a real cool item built for me by a subscriber and fan. I think he is a fan member, so that was real cool. So I just wanted to show y'all that. Big shout out to him for building that box for me and getting that to me. So yeah, let me put that thing down right there. All right, so let's get to this next. Let's get back to the super license talk. Big shout out to G5 MDS. We flying. That's Wolfpack fam as well. So yeah, this is the talk we had with Colton Herter, and if he had enough points, and people trying to say he's got more than enough experience. It's not about that. It's about, what do the regulations say? What did the rules say? They said you had to have this many points, and this is how you get these points. And if you haven't done that, then you just need more time in order to do that, right? In order to do that. So he hadn't done that. So also, I'm also going to say this. if you notice, things changed a bit tremendously when it came to the soup. What was going to be acceptable in order for you to get your super license? Before it was like, hey, just finish top three this, top four that, current champion in these, or maybe 300 kilometers in a Formula One car during a test day, and we could probably say, you know what, we feel like you've given us enough demonstration to say, hey, you deserve your super license. Then they moved into this point-based system right here, where you needed to do a bit more than just drive 300 kilometers, or which I think they still have that stipulation in there. And we're also going to talk about the issuing of the super license in general. We're not going to go too depth, but I will show you the reg or the article where that states what I'm going to reference. But here, a more experience driving, you're gonna need to show us that either you're top dog in one of these series, or over time you showed us that, like Joe, you've made progress. Like Oscar Piastri, you've won it. Like Drogovic, currently you've won it. Like Logan Sargent, top three. You're showing us that you're accumulating these points over time throughout seasons. So that probably will lend for us to say, hey, you deserve your super license. Somebody that probably would not have had their super license given when he entered Formula One would be Max Verstappen, right? Max Verstappen probably would not have his super license. When he came in, I think Max came in 2015. All right, so prior to 2015, he would have more like been adhering to these requirements, which top in F2, F3, GP3, Formula One, like top three, and like we would have been talking about that. Now, this is just one of the things, right? There are other things that they were going to look into, other things that they were going to talk about. And so with Max, had he been post on the other side of maybe 2016, I think was, y'all could correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I think post 2016, because this chart is a bit more higher up in revision than the other ones. I don't think Max would have qualified for his super license because, one, he was under the age of 18, okay? Under the age of 18. At that point in time, I don't think he had a driver's license because he was 16 when he got in, 17 when he had his first race. He didn't have his driver's license, which I'm pretty sure he ended up getting it when he got in Formula One. He didn't finish. I don't think he finished. He didn't win his F3. I don't think he won in F3. And I think his season completion percentage would not have met the requirements of, I want to say, is it 70, 80%? I don't think he would have met those requirements. So it's fair to say Max wouldn't have had his super license to participate in Formula One. Just something to think about, right? Something to think about. But I think Max over time has proven that he definitely is capable of competing in Formula One. We're not going to even get into what we know we're not accepting. I'm just saying, body of work, Max driving, he's not Latifi. Far from it. Far from it. Not Stroll. Far from it. Far from it. Okay? Ocon, even Lando. Far from it. So I would like to say I'm being objective here, and many haters are not going to give me credit for being objective. I'm speaking objective, that yes, Max has proven through his body of work that he was not a bad decision. But I would say that Max is an outlier. How many 16, 17-year-olds do you think you're going to put in Formula One car before we start seeing? I mean, and we all know Max has earned the reputation of being Mad Max, running people off the road, but it could be worse than that, right? We could have Latifi at 16, 17 years old. That's even worse, okay? So I think this point structure should stay in place. I think the process does not be to be altered to let even Colton Herter. I don't think he hasn't won IndyCar. He hasn't won an IndyCar season. I think the highest Colton Herter finish was third. If I'm wrong, put that in there, okay? Put that in there. And some people, by the way, the super license was supposed to be a way to keep rich people from paying for their kids to have seats in Formula One. We need to see them drive. We need to see some action. And with saying action, I want to give more shit away. So, yes, we're going to spin the wheel again. Let's spin that wheel again. Let's get our fourth person. Let's get our fourth person up in here. That's what I want to do. Fourth person coming up, because we're nearing the end of this live. Fourth person is coming up. I want to see him. Let's see who it is. We're about to spin that wheel. So let's get it on. Let's go ahead, take this board down, super license board, because we got some more to go over in that. Let's punch this wheel and see who it is. Remember, I'm going to say it again because I got to say it because I want people to know you have to be in here to get it, to receive it. If you're not, your name will stay on the wheel. We'll spin again until we get somebody that's in here. You see, we got a lot of names on this wheel. Got a lot of names. Let's spin it. Bow, and we off. We off. Who we got? Who we got? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Blue Diva! Blue Diva, tell me you still in here. Tell me you are still in the chat. Blue Diva, tell me you ain't left like that. Tell me that you have not. Blue Diva, Blue Diva, there you go. Blue Diva is our new winner. The fourth person, Blue Diva. So are you 21 and up? Are you 21 and up? I got to know that. Are you 21 and up? Yes, way. Yes, way. You Blue Diva, yes, way. Are you 21 and up? Let me know that. Yes, no, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let me know. 21 and up, do you want the real ish or do you want the apple cider ish? What do you want? I got your name written down already because I see you in the chat. It is awesome that that's how many family members up. Man, thank you very much. I'm definitely over 21. Okay, now, do you want the real bubbly or do you want the apple cider type bubbly? What do you want? What's up, Sean? Sean, why your name not green, bro? Let's see. Keep up to date this loud time. Let's see. 41. Oh, you want the real ish? They want the real ish. Okay, I got you for the champagne. I got you down for the champagne. Boom. We got one more slot for this time. Now, remember, we're going to do this another time in the season, all right? We got one more slot for this live, all right? We got our fifth person coming up. Going to speak a bit more, and then we're going to see who that person is. So let me, Blue Diva, let me remove you from the board. All right, remove you from the board. You are a winner. Congratulations. Congratulations. Get with me in the DM, all right? Or, like I said, our email, I will put my email address in the members section, not in the regular community section. My email address is not going to be for everybody to be blasting me. It's going to be for you all to get me these shipping addresses so I can get you what you have been awarded, and I'm so happy to do this shit. I'm telling you, this shit makes me happy, man. God damn, this shit makes me happy. I love doing shit like this. Damn it. So, all right, let's get back to the super license. We'll leave that wheel up. We can keep it in the background. Like, we're toward the tail end. All right, so let's go to our next thing. So, like I said, it's likely that Max wouldn't have had his super license at that point in time. But this is an interesting fun fact to know, all right, that the super license document remains the property of the FIA, which will deliver to each holder, okay? So when I see something like this, and if I'm wrong, let me know below in the chat or in the comment section if you know difference. It kind of works like some things in aviation, all right? There are certain licenses in aviation that are not attached directly to the holder, okay? So you as a holder, if you leave the FIA or you leave like the DOT or something and you acquired a license through them, aside from your A&P license, it belongs to the FIA or the FAA or the EASA, okay? It belongs to them. If you leave, you don't get to take that license. Even if you have the hard copy, it doesn't travel with you. So it was kind of interesting for me to learn that the super license remains the property of the FIA, not the holder. And if I am reading that incorrectly, just let me know in the comments. We learning. That's what we do here. We learn, all right? But that is an interesting, fun thing to know. Something else interesting to know is if you see a Formula One car with a green light attached at the rear, that might be an indication that that driver in that car has not yet achieved or been issued their super license. So versus seeing the red blinking light in the back, letting you know energy is storing or whatever the case may be, if you see the green light, especially during testing or development days, that may say that that driver in that car is not a super license holder. All right. That is something else to know. All right. That is something else to know. Something else that's interesting to know. So I got another poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. And it's just asking, And if not, then I'll come back and we'll find a way to make it even more better than this. We giving away champagne and apple cider bottles. We having fun. We talking knowledge. We talking about politics and Formula One. All y'all having a good time. And while I'm asking you that, we're about to spin the wheel for our 5th spot, our last spot here, to see who that person is going to be. All right, we're about to see who that person is going to be. Hit that wheel. Tell me what I got, DJ. Tell me what I got. Who is it? Who is it? Who's this 5th person going to be? Boom, Robert Ravelli. Come with, is Robert Ravelli in the chat, though? Is Robert Ravelli in the chat? Robert Ravelli. Is Robert Ravelli in the chat? Oh, thank you, Akondu. Thank you. Thank you. Robert Ravelli, where you at? Come with me. Get the champagne bottles from me. Robert Ravelli, I'm calling you. I'm calling your name out, bro. Where are you? If you're not here, we'll move on. Let's give a little time. I want to appreciate and tell you thank you for people saying, hey, they're not here or they are here. Oh, Baraka! IndyCar and Super Formula are being screwed by the super license point system. F2 shouldn't be the only way into F1. Both series are competitive in both then F2. I would like to say they're not being screwed. First of all, big shout out to you for the super chat. Robert Ravelli, I'm just gives you a little time to let me know if you're in here. If not, we're gonna go to the next person. I don't think they're being screwed per se. Like the point system said, Formula 2 is not the only way, right? It's not the only way in. If you get those licenses for, like, let's say if Colton Herta had his points for his super license and he had gained enough points through IndyCar, like he should have, like finishing out and getting those points, there wouldn't have been an issue. He probably would have been brought in then. But the issue with the non-super point license and the fact that they decided we're not going to deviate, that's what kept him out, right? That's what kept him out. So I don't think it's not the only way. It's just you got to keep at least the seniority thing in there. F2, F3, all of those, Formula E, Formula is going to be sure that their Formula One products are feeding into it. Just like the NFL, got the NFL, you got like what you got semi-pro, you got Canadian Football League, all those things. You got the XFL now is kind of like a feeder series. We got XFL players graduating into the NFL after a season. So Turnip is somebody that's with the Cowboys. He did good at XFL. He even did good in the preseason. Not so much luck right now with breaking off those runs, but it's not the only way. Definitely not the only way. Okay. Robert Ravelli seems not to be here. So we're going to spin this wheel again and see we're going to close it. We're not going to remove him from the wheel. Boom. We hit the wheel again. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Who we got? Dave with the Brackley photos. If you haven't seen these photos, it's probably because you're not a Wolfpack family member and you're not on the Zoom call. But Dave showed us some interesting photos that I'm not going to go any further into. If you would have saw them, you would appreciate them. Dave, where's Dave? Is Dave in here? I know y'all know who I'm talking about. Is Dave in here? Where is Dave? Where's Dave? Oh, by the way, I don't have any sponsors. Facts. I don't have any sponsors. I have family members. I got you all. I don't have any sponsors. We're running this platform and this community with no sponsorship, no backing from anybody that's in F1 or any other political or media platform. We are totally independent here at Wolfpack. So we're Dave. There you go. Dave, give me that, buddy. You damn right you got it, Dave. So Dave, I got to know. Are you 21 or older, sir? Are you 21 or older? That's what I got to know, Dave. Are you 21 or older? First, I need a yes or no. I need a yes or no, Dave. Are you 21 or older? And if you are older than 21 or 21 or older, Dave, do you want the real ish or do you want the apple cider ish? What do you want? I'm taking orders. What do you want, Dave? I know, Dave, shout out. Like, I cannot make this shit out. Like, everybody is, okay, Okay, so Dave, do you want the real ish or you want the apple cider ish? I'm gonna put my email address, the real. Dave wants the real. So I got you down for that champagne. So listen, everybody, I got Zeus, Cloud reviews. I got a condo. I got Reezy. I got Blue Diva. I got Dave. All 5 of you need to pay attention to the member community chat. I will put my email address there. Send me your shipping address so I can get to work on getting you your podium bottle to pop on Sundays with your boy, all right? Get those addresses to me so I can get to work on it as soon as possible. Please do this. So, Dave, I'm going to remove you from the wheel so we can have other family members that will have an increased opportunity of getting in there. This will be saved. I will go into that. I will keep this list just in case this wheel does not save right. So I'm going to make sure I save this wheel, and I will go ahead through it. That's what I'll do. I'll save it. So I'll save it, and also I will keep this as a remark. That way, if I have to go back in, I could just remove those names. And as you see, we have our results again saved over here. We got Zeus, Akondu, Reezy, Blue Diva, and now we have Dave. All right. And I will clear. I'm going to put these in alphabetical order. And then I will clear this list because I will already have it as a winner because some of you went back in. But big shout out to you. Thank you very much for coming and stopping by the live and having a good time today. I think we had a good time today. We talked about some good topics. Showed the video from the tribute piece right here, as you see right here. The Chadwick Boseman tribute and Lewis Hamilton salute to Lewis Hamilton for being the GOAT of Formula One. I like this piece. I don't like to love anything that can't love me back. I really do like it. The gunsmith did an awesome job on it. Incorporated my ideas very well, even implemented certain things themselves to bring this to light. Didn't go overboard to just clutter up the firearm, but I think this is a awesome piece. That right there is definitely a good part, but this is an awesome part. Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. And as you see, Gold Trigger, Wakanda right there. Gotta love that. This is an awesome thing. You all did an awesome job here in the community. I am so glad that we got to do the giveaway, that we got people that's going to have champagne and apple cider podium bottles. Yeah, don't forget, I will also post everybody who did a super chat. I'm going to post that in the community to give you your shout out. I am hungry as hell. I almost called in for a honey bun, but I didn't. I didn't call in for that honey bun, but after this, I'm going to go eat something because I'm hungry as shit. I literally, no bullshit, I only slept 2 hours making sure that everything was prepared and ready for the day. I think I was up until, y'all know I was going hard. Bryson and us were doing podcasts yesterday. Cam, me, and Nasha were doing some things yesterday. I also had karate. The baby got her green belt. She graduated to her green belt yesterday. We did the movie yesterday. Then I had to deal with my medical situation, so that kept me down for a little while. And then I was still kept up a lot trying with that medical situation, trying to work my way through that because when it hits me, and I really can't do much about it. But then I stayed up late until like I think I didn't go to bed until like 3:45 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I got back up at 5 to make sure I got everything set up, so we could do this live and I could come and be here with y'all. So I really appreciate y'all showing up. It really pleases me and gives me a warm feeling because it's nothing like having good people around you, good conversation with y'all, doing these giveaways, giving back to the community, which we've done and we're going to do again next year. We're going to take proceeds from a few lives and we're going to give back to a charitable donation of you all choosing. You're going to get to choose. The members will get to choose if we're going to do women and children, we're going to do the men's, if we're going to do Heart Association, whatever we're going to do, we'll come up with a list of charities and we'll decide that, and then we will give the funds, or we'll go out into the community like we did with the backpacks and do something like that. But you all will choose this time, and then we'll do that. So get some honey buns in me. Thank you, Mary. Big shout out to you. So I'm going to do that. If there comes a time where I'm not missing, but I can't get on live, it will be because we will have certain visits, or I might have certain procedures that may happen, and I might be down for a little while, but I'll definitely still try to do content to a level. If that does come up, y'all just be aware of that. I'm not missing, but I will be sure to put that in the chat if that is going to be something that's happening. Right now, it is being talked about, but if it is like finalized, I'm gonna let y'all know in the chat. I'm not just gonna disappear without letting y'all know, and I'm still gonna be in communication to some degree. If not, and things are postponed because maybe we're making progress in a certain direction, and I don't have to undergo a certain procedure, then that's great because I don't like to be in that place. I hate it. I've stayed there for weeks at a time sometime, and I hate that shit, and it's not fun. So if I can be right here with y'all, boom, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. All right. So big shout out to y'all. I'm about to Blue Diva, no bullshit. Thank you very much, Oliver, for that shout out. Big shout out. Health does come first. And y'all all got to remember that. Like, if you can't take care of yourself, it's hard to live life that way. And some of us have things we just can't avoid, right? It's something I can't avoid, something that's going to hit me inevitably anyway. We just got to deal with it and roll with it. But I can tell you this, on every trip that I make to and from the hospital, on my visits, on my procedures, whatever I got to do, I always pass under bridges or overpasses that have an obscene amount of people living out of tents, out of shopping carts, all of their personal belongings scattered on the side of the highway in communities. And I think to myself, I got no reason to bitch because they deal with probably worse shit than I do, but they have to come back there. Like, bro, Wolfpack, don't be bitching, bro. Just work through what you gotta work through and try to stay positive and be glad that you get to deal with your ailment in a situation where you got a loving family. You got a community that you could come talk to on YouTube. You got a Wolfpack family members that you conjugate with, and that we well, not conjugate because we're not having conjugal visits, that we that we commune with and do all that. But I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Like, for real. Like, y'all don't know, like, I'm telling y'all, every weekend I get to come here with y'all is a positive spin on my life, because sometimes I've been 30 hours no sleep dealing with some of this shit. Like, so when I can get on here after a sleepless night and be charged up to be with y'all, that speaks volume for the energy that y'all give me. And I'm just trying to tell y'all, like, all that shit out there, there's a lot of negativity out here. We just got to remain positive because it's a lot of things that bring us down. But remember, it it doesn't last forever. It doesn't last forever. And even if it is, hopefully we got a support system where we can try to lighten that load on what you may be dealing with. All right. So um big shout out to y'all. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna get with y'all. Big shout out to y'all for joining. Everybody, I'm gonna put the winners and Wolfpack fam email will be in there right after I get off. I'm gonna put that in there. Please get with me and send the emails so I can start working on getting these out to you as soon as tomorrow and Tuesday. Buying this shit up. All right. Love y'all. Peace and love. Be safe. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go eat. Peace.